Subterramundus is an enormous cave system populated by prehistoric flora and fauna. The caves are lit by an unknown gaseous element that replicates days and nights in tandem with the tides on the surface. Entrances all around the world have allowed organisms from the past to find their way into this hidden world. Once there, they diversified into new families and species. Subterramundus is home to a variety of non-placental mammals. Apart from multituberculates, Metatherians are some of the most common. The only Metatherians alive on the surface today are the Marsupials. Metatherians appear to have originated in Asia, while Marsupials split from them in South America. Today, Marsupials are most abundant and most diverse in Australia due to the continent's isolation. Marsupials are best known for giving birth to premature offspring that finish developing inside a pouch. Many Metatherians of Subterramundus share this reproductive strategy, although not all of them. Deltatheroidians are a family of Metatherian mammals related to Marsupials. They were likely predators of small mammals as well as birds and reptiles. In Subterramundus, a family of Deltatheroids took to the trees and evolved into large arboreal predators known as pseudopanthers. The hands of these deltatheres have two opposable thumbs, which gives them a vice-like grip on branches and prey alike. They also have prehensile tails that aid in balance and occasionally grip branches while climbing. Powerful jaw muscles help them keep a firm grip on struggling prey, which includes birds, pterosaurs, and other arboreal mammals. Some of the larger species regularly hunt primates and ceratolophytes. Pseudopanthers are solitary and rarely interact with one another. Adult males leave scent marks on trees to ward off other males from their preferred hunting territory. When they are ready to mate, females leave scent marks near those of a nearby male for him to follow. Females give birth to around a dozen young at a time. Like marsupials, they are born underdeveloped and are nursed in an abdominal pouch that develops after mating. At several weeks of age, the joeys will leave the pouch and cling to their mother's back to start learning how to climb. Another lineage of subterramundian deltatheroids has evolved into heavy-set terrestrial predators. Instead of arboreal birds and mammals, this family utilizes its strong jaws to disable small or young dinosaurs. Cerberodon is a common nest raider. Long claws allow it to dig into egg mounds and the burrows of small animals. A powerful bite crunches through heavy eggshells and small bones with ease. Like pseudopanthers, Cerberodon are solitary hunters and are highly aggressive to one another. Males leave scent marks around their territory to repel other males and entice females. After mating, the females seek out logs or burrows to raise their joeys safe from predators. If need be, they will dig these burrows themselves, although they prefer stealing them from other animals. A female can have up to 30 joeys at a time, although the vast majority of them won't survive past nursing age, mainly due to there being limited space to nurse. Most often, they are killed by their own siblings. Their bodies are usually eaten by the mothers to recycle nutrients. The largest deltathere of Subterramundus is an opportunistic generalist from the Cerberodon subfamily. Kyactus is a generalist browser as well as a competent hunter. It is also surprisingly fond of insects and honey. A long tongue is used to lick up termites from their burrows and honey from bee nests. As a large mammal of Subterramundus, Kyactus is often targeted by predators like tyrannosaurs, abelisaurs, dromaeosaurs, and even some large pterosaurs, such as Thanatopteryx. Unlike most mammals, which seek out burrows of other animals, Kyactus prefer to hide from their predators in trees. Like the sloth and sun bears of the surface, they are decent climbers. Kyactus are also reasonably intelligent and use branches to build a simple nest to sleep on should the available limbs be insufficient. After they leave, many other animals may take advantage of these simple structures by expanding them, turning them into nests, or otherwise modifying them for their own purposes. While they don't have armored skin or bony spikes, Kyactus are not entirely defenseless from predatory dinosaurs. Their sharp claws, which are mainly used for climbing and digging, work well for slashing, and their long fangs can leave deep wounds in an attacker's flesh. As one of the largest predatory mammals of Subterramundus, Kyactus can even knock large theropods off their feet, which gives them time to escape. Despite heavy competition, not to mention predation, from Subterramundian dinosaurs, Deltatheroids have managed to make a niche for themselves as large and formidable predators. Sparasodons are another family of non-marsupial metatherians that went extinct on the surface. These marsupialiforms were not as successful in Subterramundus as Deltatheroids, due to being adapted for a very different environment. Nevertheless, a single derived species still survives. The ancestors of this animal arrived in Subterramundus far more recently than the earliest Deltatheroids, most likely around 20 million years ago. Allosmilus lacerudens is the last Sparasodont of Subterramundus. Its exact phylogeny is unclear, although it may be a relative of Thylacosmilids. This animal is a large carnivore, similar in many ways to Paraborhyena. The largest males may reach a total length of up to 5 meters. Due to its size, it is highly specialized to avoid competition with theropod predators. Allosmilus bears a pair of saber-shaped upper canines similar to those of Thylacosmilids, which might be a convergently evolved trait. These are used to stab into prey to puncture vital organs and slice through delicate flesh. Allosmilus is an ambush hunter that preys on mammals its own size or smaller, or large bird-like dinosaurs and pterosaurs. Prey is dispatched with a bone-cracking bite to the skull or neck after securing it with the front paws. The large saber fangs are then used to bite through windpipes and tear through soft flesh and organs. In addition to live prey, Allosmilus commonly scavenges the kills of other animals. Allosmilus are solitary and do not tolerate others of their kind. Males especially will kill and eat young members of their species. While numerous adults may converge on a large carcass, they will fight one another for choice parts, often injuring each other in the process. A female that is ready to mate will wander into a male's territory to judge his suitability as a father to her offspring. Dung piles and scratch marks tell her all she needs to know about her potential partner, such as size, strength, and physical health. If she is satisfied, she will scream into the forest until the male arrives at her location. As soon as they meet, the two Sparasodons will inspect each other for any signs of weakness and then mate. After mating, the female leaves the territory and begins to hunt and eat as much as she can to prepare for several weeks of non-stop nursing. All this excess food accumulates in a low-hanging belly pouch similar to that of cats, which acts as a long-term storage device. When she is sufficiently fed, she will seek out a secluded spot to give birth and nurse her pups in, such as a cave or a shaded gorge. Interestingly, Sparasodons do not have a pouch like true marsupials. Instead, they give birth to small yet fully developed young, not unlike a giant panda. Developed as they are, the young are still too small to follow their mother into the forest, and require a safe place to finish developing. There can be up to 10 pups in a litter, although, like most Metatherians, only a handful will survive. After a few weeks of nursing, when the belly pouch is nearly depleted, the mother begins to hunt and scavenge again, with her pups clinging to her back. After a few months, the young are left to their own devices. They will figure out how and what to hunt and how to evade predators entirely on their own. Since they are still vulnerable to all sorts of predators, they seek out shelters every night for safety before they grow up to become the largest predatory mammals of Subterramundus. While Subterramundus is home to a wide variety of non-marsupial Metatherians, true marsupials also have several representative families in this hidden world. A handful of small possum, dunnart, or bandicoot-like animals have a few species or genera of an upperworld clade and are generally similar to their surface-dwelling counterparts. Other marsupials have no particularly close upperworld relatives. The most common Metatherians of Subterramundus belong to a clade of marsupials called Agriodontia. On the surface, this family contains the dasyurids, such as well-known carnivores or insectivores like the Tasmanian devils, quolls, numbats, and the Thylacine. In Subterramundus, a family of Agriodons, likely related to paramelimorphs, has gained a great diversity with several distinct families. These are the tetradactyls. Interestingly, tetradactyls lack the characteristic syndactylous grooming toes of upperworld paramelimorphs and diprotodontids, possibly suggesting a different heritage. The lack of fused toes is also what gives this group its name. Whatever their heritage, tetradactyls are highly abundant with numerous representative families in Subterramundus. Thylacovulpids are a family of primarily omnivorous tetradactyls, similar in many ways to foxes or the coati of South America. Thylacovulpids mainly eat small mammals and reptiles, but will also eat roots, fallen fruit and fungi, as well as burrowing insects, their larvae and buried eggs. While feeding, Thylacovulpids may gather in large groups for mutual protection. With several individuals acting as lookouts for the rest, the group can feed in peace. When a potential threat is detected, the lookouts scream a warning to their fellows, sending them all diving for cover. This warning system also benefits small animals like birds, which also feed on seeds and burrowing insects alongside the marsupials. Aside from feeding parties, Thylacovulpids also gather in groups to find a mate. Males gather in large numbers to court any passing females. Both male and female are likely to end up mating with multiple partners during these courting sessions. After mating, females wander off to dig or invade burrows of small animals, and to remain there while gestating. As soon as the joeys are safe in her pouch, a mother will cautiously begin to hunt again. She will return to her burrow every night until her young can fend for themselves. One of the most successful large marsupials of Subterramundus belonged to the family Saltotheridae, another clade of pterodactyls. These animals have evolved a leaping locomotion very similar to that of kangaroos, despite being unrelated. Unlike modern kangaroos, however, Saltotheres are opportunistic omnivores, with some genera frequently hunting small mammals and dinosaurs. Their short arms are powerfully built and are well suited for grappling. As they keep a firm hold on their prey, Saltotheres use their jaws to deliver a deadly bite to vulnerable areas such as the neck. Apart from animal prey, Saltotheres eat a variety of low-growing foliage and spend much of their time browsing on ferns, cycads, and horsetails. The ability to leap like macropods allows Saltotheres to quickly and efficiently escape predators and to colonize a variety of niches. With such efficient locomotion, many species could afford to evolve large sizes. In an open area, a large Saltothera can reach leaping speeds of up to 50 km per hour. Despite their speed, they may still fall prey to the occasional theropod or large mammal. With the right strategy, a determined theropod can catch one. Some of the smaller Saltotheres even fall prey to some of their larger relatives. Like upperworld kangaroos, Saltotheres nurse their joeys in a pouch, which also helps carry them to safety. Unlike kangaroos, however, Saltotheres have a large litter of young, around 2 of which will predictably reach maturity. Siblings frequently engage in play, which helps hone their predatory instincts. At first they feed on insects and small reptiles, but as they grow, their diet progresses towards larger vertebrates. Many small marsupials of both Subterramundus and the surface have evolved to live in the canopy, where they feed on fruit, berries, leaves, or insects. Macroids are a family of tetradactyl marsupials that have developed an arboreal lifestyle similar to, but independently from, Australian possums. Despite superficial similarities, the difference in dental anatomy and the lack of grooming claws reveals their different heritage. And unlike the vast majority of Australian possums, macroids are omnivorous, with insects and small animals making up as much of their diet as plant matter, although some species are strictly vegetarian and only eat leaves, fruits, and flowers. Their long ears not only help them listen for predators, but also track prey in low-light conditions. Macroids are monogamous and reclusive, living and hunting as a pair. A couple will cooperatively chase prey and evenly share the spoils of a successful hunt. They will also spend much of their time cleaning and preening one another. Like lemurs, they have specialized teeth which help comb through their dense, fluffy fur. Unlike most arboreal mammals, macroids sleep in small bird-like nests which they build themselves. Macroids are great climbers, but some species have taken arboreal traversal to a new level. Voladactyloids are a subgroup of macroids that have evolved a gliding membrane similar to that of the upperworld gliders, the petaurids. Like them, voladactyls live in open forests where they can move between the canopies of numerous trees. Unlike petaurids, however, the wing membrane of voladactyls is supported by an elongated fifth finger. This digit adds extra surface area to the gliding membrane, allowing voladactyls to glide significantly further than than the gliders of the surface. This also allows for more complex and dynamic gliding, which not only helps them escape aerial predators, but also catch flying prey. Like their relatives, Volodactyls feed on insects and small vertebrates, which can include pterosaur flaplings and small mammals, birds, and reptiles. If they are fast enough, some species can even catch bats or other gliding mammals. Volodactyls, like other macroids, are monogamous and spend their lives with a single partner. Females give birth to 2 blind, underdeveloped young at a time, although some of the larger species may have up to 4. The joeys instinctively make their way to their mother's pouch, guided by smell. Even after leaving the pouch, the joeys cling to their mother for several weeks until they can climb and hunt by themselves. Perhaps the most famous extinct marsupial is the Tasmanian tiger, or the Thylacine, Thylacinus cynocephalus. This animal lived in Tasmania and mainland Australia, with a possible population in New Guinea before it disappeared. Numerous reported sightings make its extinction a questionable subject, although there is no doubt that some, if not many, of these reports are fake or mistaken. In Subterramundus, there is no doubt as to its survival. In the caves near the Australasian region, a distinct species of Thylacine can be found hunting the small mammals and reptiles of Subterramundus. This is Thylacinus subterraneus. This species is not a close relative of Thylacinus cynocephalus and is most likely descended from a Miocene species such as Thylacinus potens. Whatever the case, Thylacinus subterraneus is well adapted for life in this dangerous world. Its body is bulky and more robust than that of T. cynocephalus. The jaws are slightly less flexible but more powerful, allowing it to eat tougher prey than its famous upperworld cousin. Perhaps the most striking difference to the commonly known species is the coloration. While the fur of T. cynocephalus was a dull brown with straight black stripes, the fur of T. subterraneus is lined with wavy black and pale stripes as well as spots. These complex patterns break up its silhouette in the forested habitat and make it harder to spot against the leaf litter of the forest floor. This adaptation is especially important for evading tall predators like pterosaurs. Subterramundian thylacines are not particularly fast, so they rely on ambush hunting to bring down their prey. They commonly hunt small game like terrestrial birds, lizards, and small mammals. Once the kill has been made, the thylacine quickly swallows its meal to avoid being robbed by other predators. Although not their preferred prey, Subterramundian thylacines are capable of taking on dinosaurs their own size, or even slightly larger. This, however, mainly occurs as self-defense, since small and medium theropods frequently prey on mammals the size of thylacines. Subterramundian thylacines are solitary and only tolerate other members of their species to reproduce. Like most animals of Subterramundus, the native thylacines hide the night away in a shelter, usually a small cave or the burrow of another animal. Females with joeys are especially defensive of their dens and drive away any other thylacines or other mammals that may try to hide there as well. A single female may have up to 4 joeys at a time. These are reared in a pouch and are occasionally taken on hunting trips. When they reach maturity, the young will follow their mother through the forest so they can learn to hunt. After a few weeks, the young thylacines will be ready to begin exploring the forests of their dangerous world. Marsupials and other Metatherians may be regarded as primitive mammals, but in reality they are anything but. Although they rule neither Subterramundus nor the world above, they fill a wide variety of niches wherever they appear. Thanks for watching! I was not expecting Marsupials and Metatherians to win the poll so soon, but it was interesting to work on some mammals. In addition to prehistoric taxa, I learned a great deal about modern marsupials while researching for this video. As usual, I want to give special thanks to everyone who helped me with ideas for creature design, anatomy, and behavior. Your help is deeply appreciated. Additionally, special thanks to everyone who contributed art for this video. Your contribution and support is equally appreciated. Also, special thanks to the Paleoart artists whose work I was allowed to feature in this video. Please check them out as well. Stay tuned for more. See you in the next one.